What better way to serve British berries than in a classic summer pudding? I've got a lovely selection of raspberries, blackberries and strawberries. I'm going to pop them into a large saucepan. My strawberries were rather large, so I quartered those. And I've got some caster sugar. I'm going to sprinkle that over and then cook quite gently for 4 or 5 minutes, just until the berries soften and release all their lovely juices into the pan. While that's happening, I'm just going to prepare the bread. It's easier if you stack the slices on top of each other and then just with a long serrated knife, saw against the edges to try and remove as little of the crust as you can. Now I'm going to be making the summer pudding in a standard pudding basin, and the first thing we need to do is line the base. Easiest way to do it is to get a slice, get the basin and press it down so you get an indentation, and then just with a small knife cut round that circle. Pop the disc into the bottom of the basin. Now let's just see how those berries are getting on. And the berries have cooked down really beautifully and there's lots of juice in the pan, so I'm just going to turn off the heat and I'm going to set aside some of the juice to serve with the pudding. Now it's time to line the basin, so we've already got the disc in the bottom. For the sides I'm just going to put in whole slices and then cut the others into triangles and use those to fill the gaps. And then just check it and make sure you're completely happy that there's no gaps, and if there are, just plug them with a little bit of bread. Now for the lid, I'm going to put 4 slices together and then just carefully try and cut out a circle shape that's going to fit neatly on top of the pudding. So that's our lid ready. I'm just going to trim the edges of our basin. I'm going to use a serrated knife and go at a slightly upward angle, resting against the rim of the basin. And once you're happy with the arrangement, it's time to put the fruit in. So I'm just going to use this ladle and I'm just draining off any excess liquid to start with. And let's just get the last of that fruit in and a little bit more juice. Now it's time for the lid. Don't worry if it's a little bit untidy because it's going to get compressed. We're going to pop a plate or a saucer on top with a couple of cans to weigh it down. All we need to do now is leave it to cool and then chill it overnight, and then it's ready to turn out. So my summer pudding has been in the fridge overnight and it's been pressed down by these cans. So let's just lift those off. And you can see here that all the juices have risen to the surface and soaked into that bread, so it looks really, really beautiful colours. I'm going to pop my serving plate on top of the basin and then just carefully invert pudding onto the plate. Might be easy if you slide it towards you so you can get your hand under the basin. And then just give it a little shake. Carefully ease off the basin. There we go. Absolutely gorgeous summer pudding. I'm going to finish it off just by drizzling over some of that juice. And if you want to, you can top it with some berries. Absolutely beautiful. It is a classic summer pudding.